Everything that could go wrong with the thing went wrong. So I'm trying to redeem myself at this point. So I am again taking a 1-inch round dowel. Actually, I don't even think it's a 1-inch. I think it's like a, I don't know. It's a little less than 1 inch. And I've sanded it down, rounded it out, went ahead and flattened out the front so I can actually put a line eye on it. I want to cut it down. I'm going to make it shorter this time around, probably about to there. And you know what? I'm just going to eyeball this as I go. I probably won't show a lot of the process because I don't want to bore you with it. I'll show you what I have created from the process, but I really don't want to bore you with much. I think the next thing I'm going to do, since it's hardest for me, I've noticed, is I'm going to cut a lip slot now. And I'm going to do that using a Dremel. And if I screw up, then I haven't gotten very far. But putting the lips into a hard bait seems to be one of the most difficult things. I don't know why. But I'm going to do that first and we'll go from there. When you want to screw something up really good and really fast, a Dremel is the quickest way to do it. Oh, look at this. Right off the bat, I noticed I was going to fail. Look at this. That is not straight at all. That is warped. So I'm going to change that out and I'll get back to you. As I was saying, Dremel, fast way to screw stuff up. Let's do this. Well, I guess I could be partially to blame for that. That was doubled up too. That is some, wow, that's cheap. You know what? I just might make that work. He looks so happy. He doesn't know what's about to happen. Fails are coming, my friend. Fails are coming. So, I think I'm going to do the eyes next. I'm going to use a 1/4 inch Forstner bit for that. And I want to make sure I got the eyes level and even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of paper and I am going to even that up. And I am going to use that to mark all the way around. Then I can say we're just going to eyeball it. I'll put right there. And on the other side, that would put us at well, I guess from the overhead view, that'll put me right about there. No. Nope, 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 nope. I think the problem is this didn't cut all the way over here as far as what this did. So, if we look at it straight on, I'm going to say about right there. Yes, no, maybe. I guess once I get it drilled, we'll find out. I think that looks pretty close. Yeah. I think we did all right with that. Well, I got the Forstner bit in here. I'm thinking I'm going to put a bigger bit in. I'm going to eyeball right around there for the weight. I love how scientific I'm being with just eyeballing all this. This is going to be a half-inch Forstner bit. And I'm going to just eyeball. Keep in mind, I'm just guessing all this stuff right now. I have failed so many times. I figured, what harm can it do? Yeah, we've been doing that. I like that. Problem I had last time is I used a smaller bit and I went really deep. Because I went so deep with it, the weight came all the way up there and it counterbalanced and wanted to roll. If I have a bigger hole, less deep, can use as much weight, hopefully I won't run into that problem again. But just eyeballing that. I think that's pretty close. I'll be damned if I'm going to do better just eyeballing this than as many times I've drafted and drawn this damn thing out. Isn't that kind of the way sometimes? Next, I'm going to drill. I'm going to drill right there. I think I'm going to keep, no, I'm going to put the eye hook, or the hook down here, the hook eye right there, and then I'm going to drill the line tie up there next. Okay. 3/54. Teeny, teeny, tiny. Sorry I'm so sniffly. It is cold in this garage. You may be asking, why such a small line tie? I just want something to mark it for now. I have an idea of what I want to do, but we'll get to that later. And let's see how even we can get this. Here I am second guessing myself. I'm not complaining. I'll complain when I go to cut this and mold it. That's where I'll really screw up. Then you'll see me complain. So, I've just made a decision. Instead of going this route and trying to make something that will grip the plastic tail, I'm just going to go simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, right? I am going to just glue the tail on for now. I'm just going to super glue it. I don't need anything fancy right now. If this works out better and the super glued tail works, then I may think about putting on some wire, plastic keepers and going that route. But for now, I think I'm going to cut it now. I think I'm going to cut it right about there. I need to keep it short. I think the problem is the other one got too long. Oh no, and I'm getting about just as long again. Crap. I'm going to keep going. I am going to make it extremely Now I'm debating, should I put the hook hanger? I might put the hook hanger in there with the lead like I did with this one. I think it's going to be the only way to keep it short. I can fill that hole in, you wouldn't even notice it. I'm going to do that. Trust me, you all didn't want to take part in how long that just took me. Freaking crap, I made Peppa Pig. Anyway, maybe I'll call this the Peppa Pig bait, because I made a damn pig. What I should do is put big old maybe I should put warthog tusks on this thing. What the hell? I just now realized that looking at that. I made a damn Peppa Pig warthog. Well, anyway, next I'm going to look into cutting a lip for it. And then if I need to, I'll sand more out of there so that it'll fit. But I made a pig. I made a pig. Oops, totally forgot to record. I'm just using some Lexan. Yeah, it looks like there's a crack and it's just a big ass scratch. Use some leftover Lexan, make a little coffin lip. It's not perfect, but I'm going for proof of concept here. So if it does work out, I'll probably order some actual lips from Barlow's or somewhere and use those. But I think I can make this work. Oh, that's the other thing. I don't plan on this being a deep diver. I just want a very subtle 1 to 2 foot dive. So we're getting there. Next, I think I'm going to clean up. I'm going to clean up all of this. What have I gotten myself into? all that for this so far. I need a real shop, like a real workshop instead of my garage. Because I have to put all this back so I can get the car back in here. Anyway, I'm going to give this a clear coat. This, not the garage. This, a clear coat. Call it done for the night. Come back in the morning. Size up an eye hook and a hook hanger. And pour some lead. And then throw in some... You know what? I don't know if I'm going to paint it or not. I'm not going to bother painting it yet. Glue the lip in and then glue on a tail, and we'll go from there. See you in the morning. All right, next morning. It is sealed and lightly sanded. And what I'm going to do is use these little... I don't know, I got them from Do It, and I don't know specifically what they're really meant for. And I'll probably take a lot of heat for this, but I am just going to use these. Wouldn't that be funny? Leave it like that. I'm going to use this as the eye hook and line tie. And I'm just going to glue those into place. That's all I'm going to do. So I'm going to try and estimate how far that goes. About like that's what I want to leave. So I'm going to go a little longer than what I would assume. Oh, actually, I might have nailed it right on. And then this, I want to make it so that it's still hanging over the top. So this one I definitely want to go longer on so I can size it exact. So I can come down quite a bit yet on that. Right away a little too far. But since that's going to be filled with lead, actually, might be all right. So I'm going to super glue those into place. And then, this is heating up. We're going to drop some glue in there. Glue. We're going to drop some lead in there. And then, we're going to give it a coat of paint or two. Okay, super glued in. I'm an idiot. I thought, why don't I just switch out that one with that one? And look, it's actually hanging kind of how I want to see it. Because I do want the lead to come right up to that point to help hold it in place a little. So that's what we did. By the way, booger rag! Screw it up this time. Oh yeah. Oh. That doesn't get much more perfect. In fact, I can unplug the lead pot at this point because it doesn't get better than that. Everything happens for a reason, they say. Look how perfect that turned out. That thing's going nowhere, and I would have to do minimum sanding or filling for that to stay in place. Very happy with that. Not happy to just burn myself. That was stupid. Well, we know that it's definitely top heavy or bottom heavy now, like we want. Rolls right back over. One day I will learn my lesson. But not today. So, next up, we're going to put some black paint on that. And what am I going to use? Of course, my favorite, Masu Black, because I plan on using a very high-end, not high-end, I'm going to use a very strong red, metallic-looking metal finish red paint. Why red? Well, spring's coming. You know what they say. Use red in the spring. You know, I'm not even going to file that down or anything. I'm going to leave it exactly like it is. I think I would do it injustice by trying to file that down. Yeah, that's got some weight to it now. I might have put too much in there, but that's pretty hefty. I'm going to roll with it. All right, so back in the garage, freezing cold, but I got a real quick, light Masu black coating on this thing. The reason I went black is because I am going to go with, I have this old can of metal cast red hanging around, and I'm going to see if it still sprays. Oh, it does. And I'm going to see if we actually get a red color out of it. Intriguing. It does not work on the Mossy Black. Look at that. What the heck? Look how beautiful the forceps look, though. Look at that. The sexy color. So, I did not really think that was going to happen. I thought I was going to get a brilliant red off of that. So I guess I have no choice but to let it dry at this point, and maybe I'll just coat it with an actual red. I didn't want to break the airbrush out, especially for a simple project like this. So I might just brush the color on. It'll look shoddy. It won't be anything like an airbrush spray, but yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Oh, do you all want to see the evolution of awful? There it is. That is awful. Not what I predicted it to look like at all. But I am going to follow through here. I decided to shoot some leftover yellow because, you know, it's not going to make a difference. I want to size up right about there, I think is what I was thinking. So then I was going to just super glue that on for now to see if that's going to look at how I wanted it to be tapered. I didn't even get a taper on it, but whatever. Let's see. I just have to have some glue in my pocket. Not gonna use a whole bunch. And we're just gonna stick that. Boy, it just wants to slide around on there. Huh. Did I find the one thing that the old gel glue doesn't want to stick to? Maybe I did. Really? This is unusual. Loctite super glue does not like plastic and a clear coat. Look, this is crazy. I'm not even getting any sort of like adhesion or anything. This is really strange. Okay, I did not predict this to happen. All right, well, I'm not going to bore you with nothing. I'm going to search around and see if I got a different glue that might work. Sorry about this. Yet another fail. While we are waiting for that questionable glue to dry, I want to show you an evolution of this bait that I'm trying to do. So this was the first try. This was a big time fail because it had not enough weight, and actually I don't know that I even put any weight in there. And I did this, I made a casting of the mold, and then I made a silicone mold that didn't turn out well. And I thought, to hell with it, and I just kept the shape and ran with it to see if it would work. And this was a big flop. Then I had a butte came out. I actually used the resin. This is the one I got really frustrated with, though, that I didn't show last week. And it came out, look at this. The thing actually messed up, but I turned it into what looked like a bite mark. Now, by far, this is the prettiest one I've made, but it also doesn't do squat. I thought putting a hook hanger up there and having it run kind of like a rattle trap would work, but nope, no. I just used a little bit of weight in there, and maybe if I used more weight, well, also, you don't see it, but those ball bearings run all the way up here. And I think that kept it off balance, and that's why it never worked properly. So that was a fail. So I was like, well, maybe I'll just sculpt out something and see if that'll work. So came up with this, and I ran it, and it's too long, not heavy enough. I did have a lip in it. The lip broke off, and it ran sideways. It ran like this the whole time. So that was a fail. Then I thought, okay, I'm going to build on that. I'm going to make it shorter to maybe get more action out of it. And I drew it all out and had everything going, and I ended up screwing it up right off the beginning. That turned out nice. The body shape was turning out nice, but I thought I'd drill holes as guides for the lip. And as you can see, that's where everything went wrong. So that was toast. And now that's where we are now, with waiting for this ugly ass thing to dry, the Peppa Pig. So if that glue actually holds, we'll see. I may get it in the water to run it, but I already know from the looks of it, it's not going to run that great, because that lip, believe it or not, is not straight. It's not perfectly straight. So I think it's going to have a bad wobble to it, and it's so damn ugly that the fish will run from it. This will actually cause schools of fish to scatter. Now, the only thing I might have to my advantage is it might be so ugly, it might get a fish aggressive enough to swipe at it and bite it just to get it out of its face. But I guess we'll find out how this dries. If it does, next time you see it, there'll be a hook hanging off the bottom of it, and it'll be tied on the line, and I'll be trying it out in a murky, ugly, nasty park pond, possibly. But I just thought I'd give you the fact that, yes, I've been trying this for a long time, and there's the pile of proof. It's terrible. I'm not sure what route to take next. I really wish this one was. Gosh dang, this one turned out so cool looking. But again, might look cool, but if there's no functionality, function over form, that's a prime example right there. Well, before it hits water, this is how bad it looks. By the way, Gorilla Gel Glue for the win on that tail. The other stuff, the Loctite, was just not doing it. So I don't know what the difference is between the two, but the Gorilla Glue worked. So I took it out, I threw it in water, I tested it, and I gotta tell you, it didn't. I'm gonna spare you the footage. I'm gonna put this in somewhere that is gonna perform much better. Don't like, don't subscribe. I'm not your dad. I can't tell you what to do, but thanks for watching.